So let me see if I have this right, folks. Chime in if you think I'm wrong somehow, or chime in if you think I'm right. We have a president who has for years just eviscerated Joe Biden because Joe fell asleep, which I think compared to how many times little Donnie's fallen asleep is a very small handful compared to all the times that Don's falling asleep at cabinet meetings and everywhere else under the sun. And now the next step in the ballroom drama is that this ballroom, which was supposed to be paid for entirely by private funds, is now being paid for by us. And not only is it being paid for by us, but there are security considerations around it. And now it turns out that the argument for the security considerations is that they need to have a top-notch hospital facility on the White House grounds for Donald. Now, you would think the guy who was all over Sleepy Joe, Uncle Joe, for being frail, for being anything. And, obviously that debate was not a good thing. But you would think that a guy who was all over him for that and that guy was still going to Walter Reed if he needed to. And now there are only two options for this White House hospital deal. Either they need a White House top-notch hospital facility there because they wouldn't be able to get him to Walter Reed quick enough, or choice B, because they have had just way too many instances of having to secret him off to Walter Reed, and then we find out about it a day later or 2 days later or however many. And it's just been, I don't know, maybe a dozen in the past year or so times that he's been spirited away to Walter Reed. So I suspect it's a combination of the two. Dude is in bad freaking shape. Dude is a couple of Big Macs away from a myocardial infarction. Hope he chokes on a fry. But that's part of it. But the other part of it is they have to keep coming up with new reasons why it's an annual or a semi-annual or whatever, even though semi-annual now seems to be about every month, which isn't really how the word semi-annual works. So I suspect it's a combination. A, they really are worried that he's just going to freaking collapse. But B, that they are so petrified and or tired of having to cart him off to Walter Reed every single time he has an episode, which seems to be a lot, that they actually are willing to spend like $1 billion of our money to build a facility on the White House grounds to keep it all hidden, to keep it secret. So welcome to the age of the late Soviet Union, where the premiers just disappeared for a while, and then we found out later they were dead. We're right there. We are right there. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Let's face it. But, $1 billion of our money to build a state-of-the-art hospital on the White House grounds for a frail and ailing, demented psychopath. That doesn't seem like a good use of taxpayer funds in my book. What do you think? Let me know. I'm Jason, the Liberal-tarian. Talk to you next time.